Welcome to the Emerging Lawyer series at the Coffee Conversation Show powered by the Emerging India Forum TEIF and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is Trends, Tactics and Triumphs. We have with us Aditya Mokashi, partner, RB Mokashi and Associates. Aditya has handled some of the most high stakes criminal trials across Mumbai, Thane, Pune, and beyond. Whether it's securing bail under complex legal frameworks or crafting compelling appeals, his legal prowess and deep knowledge of constitutional and criminal laws have earned him a reputation as a fierce defender of justice. Today, we move beyond the courtroom to get a glimpse of the man behind the black coat, his routines, relationships. So, welcome, Aditya, to today's coffee conversation.
Thank you for having me, sir.
So, friends, we are at AWFS co-working space Saturday afternoon. So, let me explain you. There are 3 rounds: professional journey, personal journey, and a surprise, the rapid fire, where you will be in the hot seat, like you had the coffee at Karan, and here's your inspiration,
Thank you.
which is already autographed. So, friends, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Conversation and legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution. We help law firms, corporate legal startup SMEs with world-class technology, software licensing, and tech training solutions. So, my first question, Aditya, what drew you to criminal law in the first place? Was it always a plan or a calling discovered later?
It was surely a decided plan to become a criminal lawyer. Uh, in my internship days, tried my hand at civil litigation, in-house corporate legal. But at the end of the day, I found my interests more in criminal litigation than the other streams of law. Uh, Being a person who normally likes things to be done himself, or being the person who likes to see the results of his work, I found criminal litigation to be a stream where I would be at the forefront of my work and would see the result of my hard work directly.
Wow.
So,
So, Aditya, criminal trials can be intense. How do you mentally prepare before stepping into a high stakes case?
the first most important thing for any criminal lawyer or any lawyer who is into litigation is to be calm. A calm mind would find 10 different ways or 10 different solutions to a problem than a mind who has a lot of complexities or who is fogged. So it is always better that you are clear with yourself, you have a clear thought process, and at the same time, you have a calm mind. That helps in bringing up a third dimension. Like if we say, like, to a coin, there are just 2 sides. When you are a calm mind, you start to understand there is a third side, that is the rim to a coin. So a calm mind would be the most important thing. So when I am going into any case or I'm dealing with a complex issue, the first and foremost I do is to first read it in a very calm and composed manner, the facts which are in front of me, and then gradually start finding solutions in it.
Wow. So, Aditya, what's your approach to handling cases where public sentiment is heavily against your client?
Especially, I have seen cases where there has been this frauds, where there are multiple people who are involved and who have lost money, who are the investors, like cases dealing in MPIDs or EOW, where there are several public in general who have invested their money in a scheme and they have lost, and all they want is some kind of a immediate redressal to their vengeance. So that these are cases where we literally have to have a very neutral approach, that even if there are sentiments against our client, we need to understand that it is against the client, and the general public doesn't know the complexity of the procedure. So their way of dealing with the matter is an immediate solution. That there's a case file, they want a solution. But at the end of the day, we have to keep everything aside and just focus on the matter which is at hand. If we carry that additional burden of public sentiment, then it becomes a little challenging for us to deal with matters, because then it adds on the pressure. And like I told you in our the earlier question, that you need to be calm and composed. So it disturbs your equilibrium then. So to an extent, yes, the public opinion are there, to an extent, sometime right, but then you have to keep it outside the four walls of the courtroom. You can't let it dominate when you are dealing with the matter.
Wow. So Aditya, you have dealt with everything from NDPS, Mocha. Which category of cases challenge you the most and why?
None of the two acts which you just said. The most challenging cases, which according to me are or have dealt it, have been cases dealing with POXO, child offences, where the limitations are there. Certain limitations where you are not able to examine or cross examine the witness because of her age, because of the circumstances, and because of morality also to a very great extent. So, and also that being a special act, it exactly is opposite to what CRPC says. Like, you are normally innocent till the time you are proven guilty, but in the cases of POXO, you are always guilty and you have to prove your innocence. So that becomes one of the most challenging cases to deal with, because again, in that sometimes the public sentiments are there. You are cross examining a victim who is below 18 or who is a minor, and the other challenge is, like I said, like the tide is flowing against you. So that is one of the most challenging cases, according to me, to face in criminal litigation.
Wow. So Aditya, how do you maintain objectivity while defending clients accused of serious offenses?
Okay. The objective should be, like, as I told you, as a criminal defense lawyer, you should be able to draw a line. You should be attached to a case, but at the same time, you should have some detachment. Because if you're too involved in that matter, you would not be able to have achieve your object, what you have thought of. The another issue what comes is, sometimes people in the because they're too attached, or they are want to achieve that result come what may, say sometimes cross the border and go into a zone which normally should be avoided. Because see, everyone to an extent is dealing with perspectives in their head, the perspective of the prosecution and the perspective of the defense. That is how the case is determined at the end of the day. So your objective should be clear, and at the same time you should have a clear understanding that what do you want to achieve. Like, your side, that is the defense side, at the end of the day should not be prejudiced by some extent.
Wow. So how do you do your preparation when a client or a case comes up? So what are your first steps?
Okay, like in medical profession also they say the most important aspect is you hear the person who is suffering or who has been through a trouble. Similar in our profession also, the factual aspect is known by the client more than what we know of, because he has been through all. We might know the legal side of it, or we might know things what are to be presented in a court, but the factual aspects are best known by the person who is narrating it to you. So the most important aspect when we prepare for a case is to have that initial meeting and understand that what the issue is. The prosecution has written their story by way of the charge sheet which is in front of us. They have done their part of the investigation. Now your accused can tell you the factual aspect, and majority of your defenses are framed through that factual aspects only. The legal, what you say, parameters are later added by your knowledge, but that is also supporting the story what that particular accused has narrated you.
Wow. So Aditya, can you share one landmark case in your decade journey that helped shaped your identity as a criminal lawyer?
One landmark case which I recently, in fact, we got an acquittal in that, was a CBI case. It was a case registered in 1997, and we got a judgment of it in 2024. So it went on for quite a while, and I remember I started dealing in that case as soon as I became a lawyer in 2013. So I went through the entire journey of the case, right from the time the evidence had started in that particular matter. The witnesses were called for. Majority of the evidence was in the form of a documentary evidence, and so dealing, presenting exhibits, cross-examining witnesses on the basis of the documents which are there, secondary evidence, or how to object secondary evidence. So all that important, what do you say, nitty-gritties of evidence was taught by that case to me. Uh, and yeah, luckily we were able to get an acquittal in that. And most of our like accused who got an acquittal, I remember they were in tears. They were nearly 85, 90-year-old fellows. But yeah, it was a happy moment for them that at the end of their life, at least they got an acquittal and they were released of this particular burden.
Wow. So, from bail applications to constitutional writs, what part of the criminal justice process do you find the most satisfying to work on?
Oh, if I have to say, it has to be trial. It's the most interesting aspect to work on because I find trial like test crickets. It's not like one day performance which determines your final outcome. You get an opportunity with every witness, and it is the perseverance which you have to follow. And it's not like you something happened wrong on a particular day, you were the tide was against you, or the particular evidence on led on that particular day was against you, and therefore the case is now leading to another direction. But you get that opportunity in a trial, that there would be another witness, there would be another day where you can put forward your defense in a much better manner. So yeah, trial would be something which I normally look forward to.
The criminal law system has undergone changes,
Hmm.
like
The
BNS
new
for
act which has came
IPC,
into place.
Criminal
Yes.
Procedures, the Evidence Act.
Hmm.
How the legal professionals, judiciary, and other authorities are coping up with this new changes, which is just recent?
The changes have been revolution. It's not been an evolution. It's not an overhaul. The system has been, again, as I told you, it's been streamlined to the changing environment, or the increase in population, the diversity which has taken place in terms of evidence also. Earlier, when the Evidence Act was made, there was no digital evidence. Now you have digital evidence to set an example. So yeah, we have been what do you say, planning for it for the last 2 years. We've been knowing that these three acts would be implemented. So right from the time these were bills, we were keeping a close eye on it, and we even got the draft copy of the bills, went through it, and yeah, it will take some time because they got introduced last year to streamline and to for everyone to, what do you say, know it verbatim like they used to know IPC or CRPC. uh, yeah, it will take place, and we are there probably nearly a year into it now. Right from the judiciary to the bench and bar, they have been able to streamline that or adapt to the new acts.
Wow, it's beautiful. So, how has technology impacted litigation lawyer's life, apna, and changes you've seen in the functioning of the court?
Oh, after 2020 onwards, there has been a big push in of technology in litigation. The most important one being VC, where a particular advocate can literally appear from any corner of the country in a high court or a sessions court where the VC facility is available. So that has been one major part. AI nowadays have been playing a great role in what do you say, our documentations, in our research for a particular case. So it's an evolution which is taking place. We are part of it.
Wow. So, Aditya, in your opinion, what's one myth the public holds about criminal lawyers that you would like to debunk?
Oh, the biggest one being that we represent accused. We represent the unsocial element of the society, and therefore we are on the wrong side, or we always support the wrong side. So that is one myth I would like to debunk. I always say, like, whenever this question is put forward or whenever this proposition come across, I always say one thing, that if the prosecution does its duty, or if the case is true and the prosecution has done its duty to the last court, it is impossible for any lawyer to find loopholes in it. I am doing my duty of representing someone and putting forward his case before the court. Neither the judgment is done by me, neither the investigation is done by me. So it is my aspect, I am doing my part. The prosecution is doing their part, the judiciary would do their part. And that is what determines the case at the end of the day.
Wow. So, who has been your mentor or influenced you from the criminal litigation world?
To start with my dad, he has always been a major influence in my career. We have grown up in a family where he has always led the way. And I've been fortunate that from day one, he has always been there to guide. So, because of him, there has never been an occasion where I had taken any wrong step or I've taken any shortcut to progress. He has seen to it that we follow the path, and the path should be right.
Wow. So, tell us something about your dad.
So my dad, R.B. Mokashi, he's a senior lawyer, and he's been in practice for last 42 years, and represent one of the most challenging cases in India. One being the 26/11 Bombay attack, where he got an acquittal for his accused, that is Fahim Ansari. So that was one of a career changing moment also for me. I was interning back then, and the amount of charge sheet, it was approximately 32,000 pages of charge sheet which was in our office. Helping him out then actually helped me understand the criminal litigation and the procedure to be followed in a trial.
Wow. So, my last question will be, what advice would you give to young lawyers who want to take up criminal litigation?
Oh, the main advice I would like to give a lawyer who is just starting is hold on. Like, don't try to jump the gun. The important aspect is you remain on the field as long as possible, because it takes time. It's not an immediate success. If you compare it to other streams like engineering and all, where people immediately start getting high paid salaries, here it takes time for you to grow. But once you grow, there is no looking back to it. And the important aspect for every budding lawyer, I'll say that you should have a knowledge or a general knowledge of all these streams. Collect it as much as possible. Uh, Talk to people from various streams, from various faculties, which will add on to your general knowledge, because your presentation of a case is not just limited to the 4 books or 5 books in law. Sometimes your knowledge of a particular stream will help you in a case more than what a legal book also can do.
Wow.
So that would be an important aspect for every budding lawyer, that they need to have a, what do you say, panoramic view of knowledge, and then sticking to one particular type of books, I would say.
Wow. So, let's go to the next round and understand Aditya as a person. Briefly, you've talked about your father, but let us know about your family and your formative years.
So we are a family of 5. we grew up like in Chembur. My grandfather, since our grandfather, we have been staying in Chembur. So I'm like a true blue Chemburkarite from 1990. My schooling was done in Chembur, OLPS. And yeah, since my childhood, I was both academically, I was okay, average, but I was more into sports and other activities, curricular activities, which helped me shape as an individual to a very great extent. Sports helped me a lot. I was into karate for nearly 16, 17 years. So yeah, that helps you like more than physically, mentally. It shapes you far more uh, and helps you face life.
Yeah, very true. That is conditioning of the mind and body, and yeah, so this beautiful movies are there. The Karate Kid series. So, in karate, what levels did you achieve?
I'm a second dan.
Second,
Second dan. So
please
in black
explain
belts
because.
there are dan, like dan 1, dan 2 till dan 10. So I've done till second dan. I've represented India in international tournaments. 2015 is when I hung my boots and I decided that I should have my sparrings or fightings only limited to the courtroom now.
Okay. So as you said, you left your boots, karate boots,
Yeah.
and so how did that conditioning, training, or being a karate sports person help in your litigation career?
Oh, the most important aspect what helped me was to that never say die attitude. Okay, that it is never over till the last buzzer is rung. Okay, so that was one important lesson what sports taught me. And as I told you, in a trial, even if a particular day is bad or if an evidence is led against you or the tide is against you, you don't lose. You still have that one opportunity always till the time that buzzer is rung. So that one aspect sports taught me that it's a always an opportunity you have to look forward to.
Wow. So, are there any hobbies or creative outlets that help you disconnect from courtroom intensity?
Oh, of recently, gardening is a hobby I've taken up. Last 5 years, I have been planting. I have been taking care, nurturing trees in Karjat. I have a small land, so gardening is a hobby I've taken up, and I've been pursuing that for the last 4 5 years. And it helps me to decompress to certain extent. Like Sundays are usually spent on the field, and you can see your efforts grow. You have a direct connect with the nature to an extent, so it helps you settle down.
So, you go alone, or there are
No,
your
my family
family or your
do. Yeah,
friends?
many a times my family do accompany me. Okay, so I also pull them into my what do you say so-called madness of gardening, and they also
So,
do
how do you
support.
select the which trees or so if someone wants to uh, a lawyer from your field wants to take up gardening as a hobby, what advice would you give?
Okay, you need to really decide because again, it's not a short-term process. It's not like a plant you are keeping in your balcony or your window and yeah, just watering every day. It's not that simple. You need to give your commitment to that. And again, there are a lot of materials available nowadays in this tech age with a lot of YouTube videos and everything which are there to support. Uh, you get to know a lot, but again it's an experiment. For me it's been an experimental this thing over the period of time. Now I've got to realize that what kind of soil is there, what kind of trees are best suited, all those aspects. So it's been an experiment which is going on. I'm learning every day.
So, are there any particular trees, plants which bring the soothing influence on you?
Fruiting trees. So when you see them blossom, when you have those fruits just to share with your families and friends, it's a happiness within itself.
So, which fruits?
So I have mangoes, I have jamun, uh, I've planted jackfruits also, but they'll take their own sweet time.
Wow. So let's go to your college days, government law college.
Mm.
What are your experience, memories, and how did it help in shaping your career?
Oh, the biggest thing in shaping my career, what government law college has done is to give me a legacy. Like government college, law college has had a biggest legacy. If you compare one of the biggest college uh, in India rather, where you had principals like Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar, who was our principal. So you have that legacy when you enter that college, and when you carry that name with you, especially into when you practice in Mumbai, you are taken seriously.
Yes.
Uh, so that helped me a lot in my initial years. So when I used to say that I'm from government law college, the first thing used to happen like which batch, 2013. So that helps you. That name of that college gives you a legacy, which of course you have to carry with a lot of responsibility, and you have to ensure that where you represent, that legacy doesn't go down.
Wow. Okay, if your friends had to describe you in three words, what would it be?
My friends, okay, they would be one would be one who plans a lot meticulously. Second would be one who bullies. I'm a bully to my friends sometimes because I like to crack jokes in the group. And third one would be someone who tries to be perfect at everything he tries to do, be it travel, be it arranging a party for them. So see to it that everything is arranged in a very perfect manner and everyone is happy at the end of the day.
Since as you're saying, ki, you've Chembukar.
Uh,
So if someone wants to visit Chembur, so what are the places and to visit and to have food,
oh,
especially
first,
street and restaurants?
okay, the first would be Jama Sweets. Do try the gulab jamun out there. Chembur is known for that. Second one would be the South Indian cafes in Chembur because we have been lucky that we have been grown in an era where we didn't have any McDonald's or fast food joints. Our only joints to hang out used to be the South Indian Udupis cafes in Chembur. So must try. We have a lot of them in Chembur. And if someone wants to explore Sindhi food, so we have Sindhi camp in Chembur, which can be explored. There's one restaurant called the Wig, so you can try the Sindhi delicacies like dal pakwan and stuff.
Places to visit?
Places to visit in Chembur, apart from restaurant.
Huh.
Not much. You have a couple of gardens.
I know.
That's
Diamond
it.
Garden is famous.
Apart from that,
Are
yeah,
there
we have a
diamond over
church.
there?
My school has a beautiful church. So yeah, OLPS has a beautiful church. So yeah, you can visit that on Sunday. Um, that's it. Apart from that, RK Studio is gone. I would have recommended RK Studio, but Godrej has taken over it. They have built a building over it now.
So if someone wants to go for, like I go for walk tours, अपना fort, Dhobi Talao. So is there any way that Chembur में एक walk tour हो सकता है? There are any Art Deco buildings, something like that? Something come
we
to your
have
mind?
these old bungalows fading away. Now only few of them are left right now, if you tell me. But yeah, we have one bungalow which was again just outside my school, which is a heritage property, Belvedere. So yeah, those what do you say Portuguese style bungalows are still there in Chembur. Someone who wants to what do you say who is into sketching probably would have a ball of a time just sitting there and sketching those old bungalow structures. So yeah, that can be done. That can be a good fun activity in Chembur.
Wow, that's beautiful. So like Girgaon has this old अपना क्या है heritage Gauthans colonies,
Absolutely.
Bandra Ranwar,
Khotaji Wadi. if I'm not
Kotachi
wrong.
Wadi, yeah, Mazgaon also, but yeah, it's fading away. But there's still
Yeah,
there is
so-
one ये person is there in ये Kotachi Wadi. He allows ये कि अपना he's kept
Tourists
his-
to have a tour.
Yes.
There. I've heard about that.
Yeah, so that's very beautiful of him to kept it in that same format over the years.
That
And
old vintage
Yeah,
Mumbai
vintage.
in general
heritage,
is
yeah,
fading
Art
away.
Deco. Yeah, no, it's not fading. Regal Theatre, by the way, is an Art Deco building.
Yeah.
Still maintained. Recently I went for apna ye Gateway Galops, but through ye khaki tours. So I came to know about Regal being an Art Deco
Art Deco
building.
building.
Then opposite Regal only there is apna Police Commissioner, which is also an Art Deco building.
Yes.
So in that small vicinity,
Vicinity of South Bombay, yes.
नहीं,
Absolute fort.
Regal Theatre की in that vicinity, अपना ये Gateway के आसपास ही so many Art Deco buildings. Mahindra का ये corporate office is Art Deco building.
Okay.
So they are. Now I just came to an article also. Dadar में there's so many Art Deco buildings. Shivaji Park के तरफ में. So that's why I asked you कि Chembur maybe must be there. So yes,
there are
they
these
are.
bungalows, as I told you.
Yeah,
na,
they
there
are
old,
spots.
Catholic bungalows which are there because Chembur, to an extent, when it started getting developed, it is one of the first, plot or planned society. Because it was the first eastern suburb which came to development. So yeah, you have these nice bungalows which are there. Absolutely.
Okay, so what are your plans for 2025 personally and professionally, Aditya?
Personally, I got married in 2025. So
congratulations.
So that's a big milestone. Apart from that, professionally, I wish to grow, or rather, I would say restructure to an extent where I would be able to incorporate these new technologies which have come in. My firm, which is there, we have like 8 associates. So making everyone adapted to this new technology of AI and using these tools would be something which I'm looking forward to. Liquid text is something which we have got last year into our firm, and everyone is now using it. All of my associates. So yeah, slowly, gradually, but yeah, that is something I'm looking forward in 2025. That these technologically we are a little more streamlined.
Wow. So my last one is Googly. Describe Aditya in one line.
Describe Aditya in one line. Someone who is artistic, who has a zeal to live life every day. Would be in one line I would describe myself.
Beautiful. So let's put Aditya in the hot seat, the rapid fire round. Your go-to comfort food.
Dal chawal.
Your favorite color.
Black.
Bail or trial? What gives you more adrenaline?
Trial.
Your dream travel place.
Japan.
One word to describe your legal journey.
Adventurous.
Best Maharashtrian cuisine.
Puran puri.
Best piece of advice received.
Best piece of advice? Never to give up.
Black robe or black t-shirt?
Black t-shirt.
What's more powerful, cross-examination or silence?
Silence.
Coffee or cutting chai?
Coffee.
Let's raise. So you did well, and here's your book. And it's a new autograph also, as I know you would win this. So friends, it was a lovely conversation having with Aditya, who his karate experience is helping him never give up to the last moment. So watch this episode as all these coffee speakers have their interesting journeys. They take up creative, sports, so many things. So like they say, it's not a dull life. It is exciting, and now the criminal law is also there have been changes brought in. So all the excitement. So connect with Aditya if you want to have him as a mentor or take up internship. So watch this Coffee Conversation episode where they are subscribed to the channel. There are over 500 coffee speakers who have shared the interesting journey, professional, personal, and if you want to be featured like Aditya, so visit our website, the Emerging India Forum or LinkedIn page, or connect with coffee speakers. They would put in a word and invite you to have coffee conversations. So take care.